What is up, guys? Welcome to another MK Mobile video. Yesterday I gave you the top 10 best tower epics, and today I'll be giving you my top 10 best rare tower pieces in Mortal Kombat Mobile. Of course, this ranking is going to be 100% prejudiced and totally biased, so it's perfectly fine to disagree somewhere. And without any further ado, let us start with number 10. And the gear that will kick off the video. Probably you're going to get surprised, but this is the Viper Hood. You will say, but the Viper Hood is super OP, regeneration on special attack too, and it also applies this spell. That is correct. However, the reason why this piece is not higher on the list is simple. The very first two attributes this piece does are not really incredible. 60% resistance to snare is good, but not mind-blowing, and 35% chance to apply weaken to enemies affected by dot on special attack 1 kind of sounds weird compared to the fact that the bread and butter of this piece revolves around special 2. So in a way, two problems with the piece. Problem number 1, the first two qualities are not great, and the bread and butter of it only unlocks at Fusion 10. Before that, it is not really that great. However, give this piece to any character with shield on special attack 2, and this character is going to become immortal. So definitely one of the very best pieces in the game. And coming in at number 9 is the Dynasty Parade uniform. It is a very similar gear to the Viper Hood because it also gives you a regeneration on special 2. However, you're going to retaliate by saying that the regeneration is based on chance. It's not 100% like the Viper Hood, it is only 65%. That is true. However, there is one big difference, that the regeneration is there even at Fusion 0. It is true the percent is less, but at least you have some chance to trigger regeneration, while the Viper Hood regeneration only unlocks at Fusion 10. However, the best quality of the Dynasty Parade uniform is not the regeneration, but it is the chance to apply Shield Break on Combo Ender, which is super good for fighting bosses. Or if you want to kill the boss faster, especially if you're using characters such as MK11 Scorpion, you name it, all type of characters that stay, fight and do a lot of Combo Enders, then just give the Dynasty Parade uniform and watch the bosses melt. Coming in at number 8, I give you the Dark Manta, one of the very best pieces in the game, probably for a lot of you one of the best, probably in top 3 or top 5. However, there are certain aspects of this piece that I don't like, and this is the reason why I'm not going to rank it in my top 5. The first reason is the fact that invulnerability doesn't last long. The second aspect that I don't like is the fact that this piece is not incredible at Fusion 0, and the other two stats that it gives, the health and a 25% chance to avoid special attack, are not really incredible. Still, very useful piece, very defensive. You can use it, to eat special 1, special 2s and get away with it. So definitely one of the very best blue pieces in the game. And coming in at number 7, we have the Stunt Award. It is a weapon from the action movie tower, and it is one of the very best rare pieces in the game for two simple reasons. It gives you what you want to get from a weapon. For one thing, it gives you basic attack unblockable chance, which is one of the best things that you can have in Mortal Kombat Mobile. And also it gives you 100% chance to gain shield on special attack 2. So in other words, you keep breaking their blocks, you spam special 2, you gain immunity to snare, and you gain shield in the process. Once you give this piece to more or less any character who heavily relies on special 2, this character becomes immortal. The weaken that is the gear that occupies the 6th place in my ranking. You gain shield at the start of the match and on tagging for 15 seconds. So you don't have to do special 2, you don't have to do special 1. The moment you attack, or in the beginning of the game, you're going to get shield automatically. On top of that, this piece gives you vampirism, and achieving 90% plus on any special attack applies Oblivion. So in a way, you gain additional debuff on your special attack, and you can guarantee that every single time you attack, you're going to have shield. This is by far one of the most useful pieces in the game. And coming in at number 5, the surprise of the video, Bloodmaster Bloodifinka, one of the very best pieces in the game. Probably you're going to ask yourself why this is the case. If this is you, then definitely don't miss my video tomorrow when I'm going to review how absolutely busted this piece. In a nutshell, if you have this piece with a lot of critical strike chance and a lot of critical strike damage, every single, or let's say almost every single match in towers, Fatal Towers, is going to finish in about 5 or 6 seconds. This is how absolutely busted this piece is. But anyways, Finka ranks at number 5. And coming in at number 4 is a surprise, the Time Traveler's Cool Factor. Guys, one of the very best pieces in the game, not only when it comes to rare pieces, but in general. First thing first, 50% incoming dot and dark magic damage reduction. This is universally good. The regeneration of bars of power when you are below 50% health is super useful. I used it so many times. For instance, when MK11 Scorpion, I will attack MK11 Scorpion at very low health, then I'm going to gain easy 2 bars of power, I'm going to do fatal blows, I'm going to absolutely fry and burn the entire enemy team easily, even with Fusion 0 MK11 Scorpion. And the best thing is that this piece works very, very good at Fusion 0. So the only thing that you won't be able to unlock at Fusion 0 is the positive effect extended duration, which is also very useful for characters such as, for instance, Circle of Shadow Jax. It will increase its invulnerability with a passive part of its invulnerability. When it comes to characters such as classic movie Sonya, it will increase the duration of her shield, and so on and so forth. So all in all, this piece is one of the most underrated pieces in the game. In my opinion, it is definitely one of the very best. And coming at number 3 is the Rocking Token. This piece is simply perfect. 25% power generation boost, everybody needs that. Special attack 1 deals 35% damage to all opponents. Who would refuse to have that? And at the end of the day, upon receiving fatal damage, the user resurrects with 15% max health and applied slow to the opponent. This is guaranteed, it's not chance based, so everyone would welcome that. So at the end of the day, one of the most balanced pieces in the game. It has utility, it has offensive power, it has defensive power, just perfect. And the runner-up of the video, Shintai of Malice. This is an accessory from the White Lotus Tower, which is close to perfect. First thing first, 100% chance to apply Death Mark on the user target. Super cool. 30% team resistance to all debuffs. So you give this to your fighter, you give this to an assassin, you give this to a support, it will work everywhere. And it will feel like you have classic Smoke in your team. The only difference is that you don't have him, but you still get the team resistance to all debuffs, which is extremely good. So if I have to summarize, you need Shintai of Malice in more or less every single one of your team compositions. Just give it to the character that you don't use a lot, or you just give it to your assassin so he can apply Death Mark on attack and destroy whoever he's facing. All in all, this piece has no flaws except one. And the problem with that piece is that the effect you unlock at Fusion 10 is underwhelming. The Death Mark can stack up to 3 times. I'm not saying it's bad or something, but it's simply not that great compared to the other 2 attributes of the piece. And before we review the winner of the video, let's talk some honorable mention. The first piece I want to talk about is the Tamer Sinful Whip. 3 things: block breaker, random debuffs on combo ender, and increasing the damage after this combo ender. Super useful. In a way, it will work on any fighter, and it also works at low fusion. The second piece is a Wicked Sister Festive Mask. It allows your bleed to stack, and it allows you to heal from it. So in a way, you can build very nasty team compositions using it. And the last piece, the last honorable mention, is going to be Matukan Snake Skin. It gives 30% resistance to all debuffs, and it makes sure that the enemy cannot really heal in the beginning of the fight, which is going to be super cool, especially if you're fighting certain tower fights that have the regeneration modifier. Now, without any further ado, let's review our champion. And the winner of the video, without any doubts in my mind, is the Varmin's Lucky Hat. This piece is perfect. It is great at Fusion 0, it is great at Fusion 10. Every single one of its attributes is totally busted. The first one is your ability to steal power on basic attacks. You're going to say 2% of the opponent's maximum power is not a big deal. Actually, it is, because if you have the weak point attacks, you can snare on basic attacks, which is super busted. Then you gain 20 seconds of team shield on tag out, which also works pretty good at Fusion 0, because at Fusion 0 gives you 10 seconds of team shield, which is more than enough. And the third attribute of the piece is also broken. All opponent team characters need to collect 30% more power to fill up every power bar. So in a way, by having this piece equipped to your supporting character, you make sure that you can never, ever be caught by an X-ray team, because the X-ray team will never start with an X-ray, the team that starts with Special 2 will never start with Special 2 ready, and so on. So all in all, one of the very best pieces in the game, not only among the rare pieces. In my opinion, it is the best piece in Mortal Kombat Mobile. It is simply that versatile, it is simply that useful, it is simply that awesome. Alright guys, this is going to be all from me today. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel, like the video, and have an amazing rest of your day. See you next time, guys. Take care.